Hey guys, welcome back and thank you for joining today's video. If you are new to the channel, welcome. My name is Valerie and I post videos offering my guidance to help those along their spiritual journey. So let's go ahead and dive into today's video. Today's subject has been something that has been highly requested throughout my journey, so I decided I would finally share. I'm always being asked, Val, how do you work with the moons? So, in a way, think of this as a quick moon phase 101. Personally, I work with 5 moon phases, which we will get into shortly. Before I begin, I want to let you know this is just generic information. If you are drawn to a ritual or a particular phase of the moon, do your own research, learn, seek more knowledge. Don't just stop here. Allow yourself to grow by seeking more knowledge. Also, your rituals may change. Mine definitely have throughout my practice, and they will continue to do so as I evolve and the more I evolve. Don't fear change, embrace change. Allow your practice to transform as you transform and as you grow. So this is just something I want to share before we actually dive into the actual video, but only take the information that you resonate with. If it doesn't resonate with you, toss it out the window. It's not needed for you. Everyone does things differently on the moon phases, and everyone has their own personal beliefs. I'm not trying to force my beliefs on anyone. I'm just simply sharing my personal practice, my own practice, to anyone that may resonate with it or want to learn from it. If this video interest does not resonate with you at all, go ahead and click off. It's not going to hurt my feelings. I don't mind. I would rather it only resonate with those that are wanting to learn how to work with the moons or are willing to be open-minded in hearing how someone else works with the moons. So with that being said, without further ado, let's go ahead and dive in. Each moon phase has different energies and different rituals that you may be drawn to. So personally, like I said before, I work with 5 moon phases in the moon cycle. The new moon, the first quarter moon, the full moon, the last quarter moon, and the dark moon, which we will cover all of these phases in the moon cycle here shortly. And I'll share the ways I personally work with the moon and other things that you may be drawn to. I will also provide timestamps to all the moon phases in the moon cycle in the description box below if you want to fast forward to a particular moon phase, or if you want to revisit this video and watch a particular moon phase. Or if you wish to watch the entire video, that's up to you. Before we actually get into the moon phases, let's look at the moon cycle. What is a moon cycle and why does it matter? The moon cycle is the way the moon orbits around the earth, in which we experience different phases of the moon. The phases being how we see and perceive the moon from earth. So how does this affect us? Well, the moon moves water, and we are primarily made of water. Water also being our intuition, our memory, and our energy levels. The moon is also connected to feminine energy, hence why we call our menstrual cycle the moon cycle, which that doesn't really matter because even men are attracted to the moon as well. It's because we all have a feminine and masculine energy within. It's just the matter of how much of which, or if they're balanced, or if we have more feminine energy, or if we have more masculine energy, but the moon does go with feminine energy. Now that we have looked at the basic of the actual cycle of the moon, let's dive into the phases that I personally work with. First, let's look at the energies of the new moon. This is when the sun and the moon are perfectly aligned, making this a very powerful portal, which we experience roughly every 28 days. Visually, you cannot see this moon. It's when it's dark, but this is not to be confused with the dark moon, which we will get into at the very end of this video. The new moon is the first moon of the moon cycle, meaning it's new, hence new moon. It's a great time to honor the new entering into your life, to honor the changes and transformations that you have personally gone through and are going through, to give thanks for the new that you have been blessed with, and to honor the new you that you're becoming each and every day. The new moon is also a perfect time to be setting intentions and manifesting. to plant those seeds metaphorically. What have you been wishing to accomplish? What are your desires? What do you wish to manifest? Plant the seed and allow it to grow. Let it grow. That being said, a seed doesn't grow overnight. It takes time, it takes nurturing, it takes work and dedication in order for it to grow. Things I like to do on the new moon. I like to smudge my home, smudge myself, and smudge my crystals and my belongings, basically. My tarot decks, my everything that's spiritually related, I like to smudge it. I really like to smudge myself and smudge my house and just do a good cleansing of my home. I also like to take this time to set my intentions. I will sit there and write in my journal. I will write to the universe. I will pray to the universe. I'll even sit under the dark sky and look at the stars and set my intentions on fire and release them up in smoke. You can also use this phase to do self-reflection, meaning look how far you've come. I do this one kind of a lot too, but looking to see how far you've come, looking to see how far you've grown, what parts of yourself need to be released in order for you to grow. You can also use this phase to honor deities, especially lunar deities, and you can do dream work on the new moon or astral traveling on the new moon. 7 days, give or take, after the new moon is when we experience the first quarter moon. So now we're going to dive into that moon. So this is when the moon is waxing, meaning building up in light. Visually, it appears to be about 50% illuminated. This is the day to get into action. It's time to review your intentions and what you have been doing to accomplish your intentions. This moon has high energy, encouraging you to get yourself in gear, to plan and organize anything that has been put off, especially if it goes along with your intentions set on the new moon. Assertiveness, that's a weird word to say. Assertiveness tends to play a theme on the first quarter moon. In other words, this is a good day to stand your ground and to use your words wisely, as emotions can run high on this moon phase, being the moon is attached to our emotional body. Overall, the first quarter moon is about increasing growth and putting yourself into motion in the areas that you are wishing to manifest and grow. Things I like to do on the first quarter moon are beauty rituals. I use this moon for my hair rituals, my skin rituals, and just nails and beauty rituals, basically. So I call it my beauty moon, but there's reasons for that. I'll let you kind of know. So if you say you do something to your hair on the first quarter moon, it's supposed to increase growth. If you do something to your nails, like doing a nail treatment or oil treatment on your fingernails, it's supposed to increase growth. Anything with the skin, it increases growth on the first quarter moon. That's just something I've personally realized when working with the moon, so it's something that I've definitely incorporated into my practice, so I call this my beauty moon. I also put my intentions into action very strong on this day. So whatever I'm trying to manifest, I make sure I really have it planned and organized, and I start getting into action on whatever I am trying to manifest, especially if I haven't already. You can also use this phase to do fertility work, money and prosperity work, building up your relationships, protecting your family and your home, and addressing any legal matters. So this is a great day to actually try, if you're trying to get pregnant, do something to help you get pregnant. Do a fertility ritual, get busy, get into action. You can also use this as your prosperity. It's a great day to actually, again, put yourself into action and to do a money ritual. 7 days roughly after the first quarter moon, we enter the full moon. So now we are covering the full moon. Full moons are when things are brought to light, meaning things become revealed within our own lives and are brought to the surface within ourselves. This can manifest as our emotions. This can manifest as things that we have been hiding and just suppressing within our own beings, revealing to us what needs to be cleared out so that we can move forward and so that we can get our intentions and our desires that we are wishing to be delivered to us from the universe. I'll admit this moon can be viewed as a positive or a negative. It all depends on your perspective. We have all heard the expression, oh, it must be a full moon, the moon made me do it. But in reality, it's actually bringing something to light, and it's bringing something to surface so that you can address it and so that you can heal it. It's bringing something to light to better you, to prepare you for your intentions that you have set. This is also another powerful portal day, as the sun and the moon are now on the opposite sides of the earth. Visually, I mean, this is the moon everyone recognizes. It's when the moon is at its fullest and at its brightest, showing all of its beautiful light. Things I like to do on the full moon is charging my crystals, myself, my divination tools. So again, this is the day I actually leave all my crystals out, all my tarot decks out. I cleanse them with Florida water and salt water, and I allow them to actually soak up the moon's energy. So that's just something I like to do. I also love to make moon water, which I will have a video posted of that here shortly as well. You can also use this phase to do celebration rituals, beauty rituals, journaling, and even meditating. Roughly 7 days after the full moon, notice a theme here, 7 days, but roughly after 7 days after the full moon, we enter the second quarter moon, or the last quarter moon. This is when the moon is waning, meaning dimming in light. Just like the first quarter moon, it appears to be about 50% illuminated, just flip-flopped. The main energies are about releasing what is no longer needed, offering forgiveness and letting go, preparing for the new moon to come. Things I like to do on the second quarter moon are to journal and to let out my emotions. Whatever has been weighing me down, whatever I feel like I need to release, I release it by writing in my journal. Another thing I like to do on the second quarter, the last quarter moon, is letting go of what no longer serves me. So if something in my life is holding me back, I will release it and let it go by doing a release ritual. You can also use this phase of the moon to feel your emotions. Allow yourself to cry or even laugh. Let it out by allowing yourself to feel. Go through a review. What did you learn during this cycle of the moon? And what did this moon phase teach you? What did this moon cycle in general teach you? Which I'll admit, I do that one a lot when I'm journaling. So we have finally reached the last moon of the 5 moons that I work with personally, and this is the dark moon. So this moon phase goes on for 3 days right before the new moon. Visually, you cannot see the moon during this time. This is when the moon has dimmed its light fully and completely. In a sense, it's death. Personally, it's gonna sound like misleading, but personally, I actually do avoid working with this moon while I'm practicing any kind of rituals. As for this moon can be used for dark magic. The energy, in a sense, is more or less gathering for the new moon to come. So it can be a little unpredictable at times. However, it can also be used to reveal parts of your shadow self. If I am guided to work on this moon phase, during this moon phase, what I will do is shadow work and work on my shadow being. This is just a personal theory of mine, so take it if it resonates. If it doesn't, toss it out the window. This is just something that resonated with my own being, and it's helped me within my spiritual journey and my spiritual practice. But basically, my theory is if Jesus and other sons of God died and resurrected within 3 days, why not the daughters of God, being that the moon is feminine energy, or the divine, whatever you wish to call the higher power, God, source, universe, whatever you wish to call it. To me, this moon phase is like a mini resurrection. Typically, I use this as a 3-day break, a 3-day resting period each month. So essentially, I'm allowing myself a small rebirth and a small resurrection when the new moon does come. So I'm at my strongest and fullest potential. During these 3 days, I will not do any tarot readings on myself or on clients. I basically put everything away that is spiritual related until the new moon. unless I feel guided to work on my shadow self, which then, like I said, I'm just journaling when I'm working on my shadow self. I'm seeking within and I'm going within. I'm not looking for tarot cards or crystals. I'm simply just sitting there with my journal and looking within my own self, looking at my own shadows. Well, that is the end of our Moon Phase 101. Hopefully it could help you in some way. And remember, if you are drawn to a particular phase of the moon, do your own research. Don't just stop here. We all learn by seeking knowledge, and we all grow by seeking more knowledge. So do your own research. If you are drawn to a particular moon phase, again, like I said, don't just stop here. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a big thumbs up. Feel free to subscribe if you wish to watch more content. If you liked my vibes, I'm not going to force you to do so or ask you to really do so, but feel free to subscribe if you wish. And if you do want to see more videos and you do subscribe, make sure that you click the little bell so that you are notified when a new video does become uploaded. I do thank you for being a part of this journey and allowing me to be a part of yours in a small way. Thank you for all your love and support. I am sending you so much love, so much gratitude, and remember, do not fear in believing. Bye, loves.